Hey everybody, I apologize, I'm a little sick, so I just wanted to make a quick video on the decoupage. So, do you see this? This is decoupage paper. I got it at Hobby Lobby. I'll show you what it looks like. It just came in this thing, it's Paper Studios. There's a couple different styles that you could get, and it's in the decoupage area. So everyone wanted to know how I did this. So there's this one. Here's a different type of decoupage paper. So this had like cute little peacock feathers and leopard print or whatever, flowers. And then this was actually done with a I don't know. This is with a napkin, so that one's pretty cool. Oh, I think your cup's over there, Brittany. Okay, so all you're gonna need is you're gonna need dishwasher safe Mod Podge. So it's one in the blue one, blue bottle, and then you're obviously gonna need some kind of thing that you're gonna decoupage. I am going to use tissue paper that I found at Hobby Lobby today. So I normally just pour the Mod Podge on my on a paper plate, and that noise is the squeaking of my tumblers. So this is what we're going to use today. So it is tissue paper. It's super cute. It has like gold and mint and pink. So you're literally just going to rip the paper off. So it doesn't matter if it's even, not even. So this is, normally I just prep this before I start Mod Podging it. So you're just cutting it all, in different pieces. And my spinner is really, really loud, sorry. Last time I did the one of the cups, I pretty much used a whole sheet of this. So just keep cutting, keep ripping. You don't want crisp edges because it'll look too planned out. Well, I used the decoupage whole sheet last time, so we'll see with this tissue paper how far along that gets us. So all different shapes, it doesn't really matter. I'm literally just ripping the whole thing up. And I already have my paintbrush out. I like a flat paintbrush. This is what I like using. Maybe I do need some oil on the spinner. I'm about to make 2 more spinners, so hopefully the next 2 aren't going to be so squeaky. So the purpose of the Mod Podge is you're going to need to seal the paper. You do not seal paper when you put it in epoxy, then it gets that wet look, and it literally looks like you poured water on your paper, and you don't want that. So the more Mod Podge, you don't want it clumpy, so I'm just putting a smooth layer on there. I do sections at a time, so I just put a crap ton of Mod Podge on there, and then I'm going to put this at the bottom. So since this is a little straight, I'm going to put that at the very bottom, and that'll be my base to the cup. So I'm going to try to do this backwards. So I'm going to push it down, and it's okay if there's wrinkles. It's decoupage, and it's meant to look like that. Then I'm going to get a little bit more Mod Podge. I'm going to put it over the top of it. So this is helping it be smooth and go on top of it. So I do the next bit. And you see right here, I don't have Mod Podge underneath here. You can go ahead and just put Mod Podge underneath there. And then I'm going to smooth it out with my paintbrush. And I'm pretty sure I have a cold in the middle of freaking summer, so that sucks. On the roundabout pieces, you will get crinkles. Okay, seriously, you will get crinkles on it. It's fine. You just go right over it. So I have Mod Podge on the paintbrush, and I'm just Mod Podging and making it flat. And if you miss a couple of spots, it's fine. Just rip up your piece of paper. So if you see right there, there's a little spot there. I haven't tried it with a cardstock. I wanted to try it with cardstock, but I think it might be too thick to bend so easily. I did a comic book, and that was annoying because it was just so thick. So I personally haven't tried it. So this was another flat piece, so I've just decided to just put that at the top. And then you can paint the tumbler a color before. That's your preference. The other ones I didn't. They're a little bit thicker, so if I'm not happy with this, then, because I can kind of see the silver come through, but I always wait till it's dry. Where'd that hole just go? Okay. I always wait till it's dry. Then I decide if I want to strip it or not. And I put so much paper on this one, I might even just go over it twice. So I can already tell that spot where I just did a double paper, it already looks a little bit better. So I haven't used this paper before, so this is the first. And you literally just lay it on there. So it doesn't matter where you're laying it on, you just pick an empty spot and you just Mod Podge it on there. So like I said, this is just tissue paper actually. So this is, I got from Hobby Lobby. I was walking past the party supplies and I saw this and another style. It looks like lace, so I wanted to try that one. So all I'm doing is with Mod Podge, dishwasher safe Mod Podge, and we're just flattening it out. And it's okay if there is creases and crinkles and stuff in it. That's the way it's all meant to look. So I'm at the bottom. I'm going to need a little flatter piece at the bottom. I'm going to put more Mod Podge down there. And the purpose of so much Mod Podge, like I said, is you don't want it to be creased. I mean, wet looking. So you need to put paper. If you're using pictures, any kind of thing that isn't meant to be wet, like glitter is fine, because most glitter is fine anyways. It's solvent resistant, which means it can be mixed in with liquid stuff and it doesn't destroy it or anything. So that's why you shouldn't use like kids craft glitter, because it's not meant to be used for the type of stuff that we want it to be used for. So every time my paper feels a little bit more dry, I just get more Mod Podge on it. Blue with the flowers on it. That was the decoupage paper from Hobby Lobby. So, are you talking about this one? That was this from Hobby Lobby. Yeah. That's actual decoupage paper. So that one was a little bit thicker than like tissue paper. So this one I probably should have sprayed it with something underneath. Or if I just do a double layer of this, we'll just see how this one goes. And it's not going to look like this. It'll look less wet, I guess, when you're done with it. You can, I've used the napkins. What I learned on the napkins last time I did it, the napkins are like 2-ply or 3-ply or 4-ply, depends on what kind of napkins you get. You've got to take the bottom layers off, because when you're doing this and you're wiping over it, it pretty much just drags the whole design, and it just doesn't look very good. And it drags like the bottom layer and the top layer, and it's just a big giant mess. And then it's okay if your lines aren't crisp at the top. You're just going to get a razor blade at the end and just trim it all off. So it's not that big of a deal. So you literally just do this. And I have 2 little holes here, so I'm going to cover it. And I found like the flower designs, they look a little bit better than just like any other particular design. Because you don't have to be, flowers are just all kind of sorted. So this one had that straight edge again, so I'm just going to put that at the top. When I do accidentally put straight edges down here, I cover them up with something that's not a straight edge, just so it's consistent at the bottom, or all throughout the cup. And then when I'm completely done with it, I make sure that it is completely soaked with Mod Podge, because that is going to seal it. So you could try it without putting a ton of Mod Podge on it, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It'll just be like clear little splotchy spots that it looks like it's wet. So this, I think I'm going to do another layer of the tissue paper and see if I like the color better. Like I said, I should probably have painted this one since the tissue paper is a lot thinner than that decoupage paper. So we'll see how this one turns out. I always have to like set things aside and just decide after it's completely done if I want to take it apart or not. So I already have something there, but like I said, I'm going to double layer it just to see if it helps with the color. And if your paintbrush feels like it's not sliding, then it's not enough Mod Podge on it. So I already like that it's a little bit darker, so I will just put more on it. So at the top, if you're just now tuning in, I put more of the straighter lines at the top. We're using tissue paper to decoupage the tumbler with dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Sorry guys, I'm sick. And I'm just putting ton of Mod Podge on it, so that way it doesn't look wet if the epoxy leaks through it. And it's okay if there is creases in it. So that's the whole purpose of a decoupage, is it's just meant to look jagged, I guess. So I did this with I can't touch the one with the map that I burned on the edges because it's drying upside down, and I have something on the bottom. I have the epoxy on the bottom of it. So, yeah, the double layer definitely looks a little bit better. So, this is how the other pink and blue cup looked when I first did it. All kinds of weird looking. So, this is the one I'm talking about. So, you can't even tell. It looks so jagged at the beginning. And that, guys, this is just one layer of epoxy. This is one layer. So that's kind of how you do that. You just put a ton of Mod Podge on. So if you think you have enough Mod Podge, put a little bit more Mod Podge, because you do not want it to look like something leaked underneath it. So at the very end, if you see any loose papers or creases that aren't all the way put down, you're going to want to put more Mod Podge on it. So this is with just tissue paper. I'll let this dry and I'll look at it and see what I think about this, if I need to go back and add the spray paint underneath. And to strip this, it was super easy since it's just Mod Podge. All I did was put it in the sink and let it soak in water. So this one was super easy just to take down. Yeah, I wasted a couple bucks, but I'm the type of person that likes to do stuff and then learn from it. So we'll just see what this turns out like. If you can still see all that silver underneath, I'll probably spray paint it gold and then come back to it. So this is with the decoupage paper. This is with a napkin. So this does not have epoxy on it yet. And so if you see at the top here, the lines aren't crisp. All I'll do is just go back through with a razor blade and just cut it all off. And then this will get epoxy today. And then this one also is with that decoupage paper. So this was a little bit thicker, but not as thick as cardstock. So I like these. These were pretty cool. Alright, so I'll let that dry and I'll come back and show you what I ended up with. Thanks.